guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman and welcome to Ace of Rich Freedom by Design. Today's video, we're going to find out what's holding you back. Okay, as a matter of fact, I have a special treat for you today because with our company, the Super Affiliate Network, we did some training today when, it's called the Inner Circle. And today we shared exactly on how to really think a little bit differently and find out what's holding people back in their life and in their business. So we're gonna go over to the screen right now and you can take a sneak peek inside what we do and how we train, okay? So here we go. Works.
All right,
All right, so we're live, we're good. Let's rock this thing. All right, so hey, anyways, let me just open up, of course, okay?
Yeah.
So hey guys, how you doing? My name is Rich Guzman.
Hi guys, I'm Anastasia Hosband, known as Coach Ace.
And welcome to the Super Affiliate Network Inner Circle Coaching Call, where we actually give you some good stuff, some good education, and sometimes we do interviews, and we help people grow, we help people understand internet marketing, and really just getting an inside peek on how someone is being successful with their business, right? And then sometimes we go into deep topics and things like that. And tonight's gonna be one of those deep topics, okay? So you guys ready? Hey, the Guzmans. So you guys ready? You guys are ready? On fire tonight or what?
They're ready.
Let's get going. Let's get going. I'm pumped.
So today's topic is actually going to be about what's holding you back. And we all know there are a lot of different issues in our lives that actually can hold us back when it comes to building a business, right? Entrepreneurship is not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Yeah, and it's not, you know what's funny? It's not the tactics.
No.
The hardest part is not the tactics.
It's not.
Hardest part is what happens between here.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Always.
And so what I want to do something a little bit different today, guys. I want you in the chat, in Facebook, in Zoom, tell me what is holding you back. What are you struggling with right now? Let me know. All right, let me make sure this is nice and straight.
Go ahead and type in the chat. It's okay. You can type in the chat as well as Facebook Live inside the actual page. You can type what is holding you back. Be honest with yourselves because, we can tell. And your results will tell you exactly what's holding you back.
Yeah, if you were in our private group and you weren't asking questions, you would be kicked out. You know that, right? Just to let you know.
That's how
I want you guys to participate here, okay?
That's how we roll.
I want you guys,
Yeah.
everyone, to participate and let it all out. How are you supposed to grow if you don't let it
doubt.
all out? Don't bottle up that crap inside.
Yes.
So let me just.
And you weren't asking.
Yeah. Okay, Rich.
Yep, it's so true.
All
We got ground rules here. House
Hi,
rules
Renee.
here.
Hey, Carrie.
If you don't ask a
Trisha,
question, you would have got
Minnie.
kicked out.
Exactly. Right? Yeah, that's true. But the point is, guys, we have to let go. We have to take, that stuff from inside and let it out and just be open. This is how we can tap into what's going on internally.
Here we go. We got Don Wilkie says, using most of my money for solo ads and not paying for my bills. Been doing that for 6 months now.
Okay, well, is it going into the system or are you doing the email follow-up? That's the question.
What's that name there?
What's up?
That name. Someone else says how to be more motivated. Tracy Lee says time not enough. That's what's holding him back.
Oh yeah, I know.
Let's see. Ty and Robin. Oh, what a true statement that was. Kicked out for real. Laugh out loud.
Mm-hmm.
They know how we roll. Okay, so time. I'm seeing time. I'm spending too much money. That's what's holding me back. Let's see. What else? I'm getting traffic and open emails. What else? Priscilla. Time again. So there's a correlation here, Rich, between time and money.
Time and money. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
yes, time and money is holding people back.
Okay. All right. So when it comes to time and money, here's how I solved the problem when I didn't have any time. Okay. And money. Okay. So they go together, right?
They do go together, actually.
So when I first started, guys, and if you don't know the story, I'm going to just say it again because it's, people here that are brand new, I'm sure probably didn't hear the story. But when I was at Best Buy and I was working Geek Squad, went through that story, through that hell that we've been through as far as, coming from New Jersey, moving to Massachusetts and, having to get my old job back and things like that. Understand when I got my old job back, it wasn't like I got a lot of hours. It was part-time, right? It was just enough to barely, pay my bills, And that's it. That it was barely enough to pay the bills, but the bills were being paid. So I didn't have much money afterwards, maybe like 40, 50 bucks, maybe $100 at that. And what I did was a little bit that I had, I actually was driving traffic, right? But I knew I needed to make more money because I had to think about this like a real business. So my problem was I had a little bit of time, but I didn't have much money.
Right.
So I wanted to change the spectrum, but I knew if I changed the spectrum, I wouldn't have much time, but I would have more money. So what I did was I asked my boss, I said, do you know if there's any full-time positions coming in up? Because I really want full-time because I knew I was going to double the income pretty much, right? So I was like, let me know when it's available. And they did. And I applied for it the first time and I didn't get it, right? Still struggling, still trying to, get more hours, get more money. And then I was like, what happened? I come in and get it. I should have got it, but it was kind of like an inside thing. And that's on a negative subject. But when the second time rolled around, I still never gave up. I'm like, I'm going for it again. And I was like literally the one they wanted me to be, to be full time. So I got it the second time around and I was patient and I waited. And when I went full time, once I got that position, what I said was, okay, I want you to give me the most hours as much as possible that you can give me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I made that commitment. And man, I was tired and I didn't have much time, but I had a lot more extra money. So I started using that extra money to buy more traffic and really just start building up my list. I knew it wasn't going to be right away. So I wanted to make sure I was still building a list. I want to make sure I was learning the skill sets of finding the right vendors, doing the vendor selection process, things like that.
Right.
And I knew that if I kept doing it, something was going to give. And lo and behold, because I kept doing that, little by little, things started bending, so to speak, right? Things were working out. Not in a massive way, but little things here, little things there. Now, here's a problem with, let's say that, you don't have any money. You have to look at your circumstances and be realistic with yourself.
Yeah.
So let's say you got time, but you ain't got money. That is a whole nother ball game. That's a whole different psychological thinking. Okay.
Yes.
And that kind of thinking is like, well, I have a lot of time. What should I be doing with all this time? And I have no money. Well, here's the deal. And I can't sugarcoat it because this is the way it's got to be. You have to hustle your freaking ass off. I mean, people tell me like, should I go on YouTube? Should I do Facebook marketing? Well, here's the thing. I mean, if you have a lot of time, I would do both. I would do Facebook and YouTube. And I would do like more than one video a day. Yes, I said it, more than one video a day. If you want to build something up fairly quickly, it's going to take some time. You have to put double the effort of what you would do if you had money and less time. Is that making sense? And that's just the reality of life.
Right.
And business. So
you can't keep making excuses for yourself about not having the not haves, because by having the not haves, it's just allowing you to say it's okay for you to procrastinate.
Okay, so now someone says feeling overwhelmed. So today we're gonna do this backwards. I'm gonna help you guys out today with how you're feeling, so I can give advice to help you, and I'm gonna go over some topics I want to talk about that's related to all this stuff. Okay, so what I want to talk about is feeling overwhelmed. This is a subject that really, and this is coming from, let's see here, Ida. Okay. She's feeling overwhelmed. It's totally normal to feel overwhelmed.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not feeling overwhelmed, then you are doing something, completely wrong.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Because when you're getting new information like this, think about when you went to college, if you did go to college or you went to school and you started like going to the higher grades. Okay.
I'd be overwhelmed.
You start getting overwhelmed with all the homework, all the schoolwork. You're like, oh crap.
Yeah.
No different than business. It's no different than us here in internet marketing.
True. Yeah.
But how do we combat that? Well, let's think back. We would take one subject at a time and we would learn it and we would figure out how it works, right? Like if it's science, social studies, math, all that kind of stuff. Same thing when you internet marketing, if you have different subjects like lead generation, following up, right? Like how do I, understand lead conversions and things like that? Those are different subjects. And if you look at it that way, then it won't feel overwhelming.
Right.
What you do is you work on the first thing. Mm-hmm. What is the first thing I need to really understand? The first thing you need to understand is really, in my opinion, is how to write emails. That would be my first step. From all my experience, of what I've learned through this whole journey, the most important is understanding emails. Because the traffic part is not that difficult. People tell me all the time, I'm driving solo ads, I'm doing any sales. It's because you don't understand the art of following up. You don't understand the art of a conversion mechanism. You don't understand the art of writing stories in your emails. You don't understand the fact of like how to get emotional inside your emails, because people buy on emotional decisions, right? There's different strategies and tactics and things like that. That's what's great about what Misha teaches, especially when you go higher up in the totem pole. Now, I want to talk about when you are feeling overwhelmed. If you start with one process and you stick with and you make a commitment to that process, you will get better. But number one, I'm going to say one word here. And most people don't have this because they think this is not a business. They think it's a lottery mindset.
Yep.
You got to have patience. Number one goal in this business is to have patience.
Yeah.
You should be writing that on the wall. Patience, patience, patience. You got to have patience.
Post-it.
So you learn the first art, right? The first art is how do I write emails? Once you learn how to write emails, then you can start driving traffic, right? Start driving traffic. Now you got your emails done, you can start driving traffic. Go and check out some solo ads, right? That's your next tactic. How do I find solo ads? You know, study the solo ad success formula, right? The vendor selection process, right? And the more that you do it, the more you start to understand how to pick the right kind of vendors from the wrong vendors, okay? And understand that you can do this and be a professional at it if you fully commit to it, okay? And it's not going to happen overnight. You got to tell yourself right now, I know it's not going to happen overnight. I got to keep focusing on it. I got to keep growing. There's some days that, you know, we have our own problems and troubles and stuff like that. And we figure out ways of like, well, what did we do wrong today? How come that didn't work out? Like, how can we change it next time or the following day or the next email? And when we do that, we get responses from people because we're always thinking outside the box, and we're always thinking like, how can we get better? How can we stay focused and keep growing? For us, it's the same thing, just like you. We're no different. We just continue to keep learning and keep growing. Okay?
Right.
So if you're feeling overwhelmed, normal, just start with one thing at a time. Okay?
Exactly. What's interesting is I see here that says not knowing what business to start. You know, this is a business. This is the Super Affiliate Network. It is a digital business franchise.
Yes.
Okay. And if you don't understand what that means, let me give you a little bit of schooling. All right. We're going to go back to school tonight. Here's the thing. A digital business franchise is what it is. Digital. Okay. There's nothing tangible, nothing physical to be mailed or anything of that sort. It is education. It's courses. It's videos. It could be books that are digital, like PDFs or eBooks. Whatever it is that's digital, you resell that as an affiliate. You have gotten the resale rights to the Super Affiliate Network. You don't own it, and you don't own your list unless you're building your own list on the side.
But
so you have to make sure.
The great thing about the emails, though, is you could actually use the system and you can export those leads and put it into your autoresponder.
Very good point. Yes. So what you're being paid a commission on is to learn and be taught and trained how to be a marketer so that you could market this system. Do you understand now? You're learning to market this particular product that is a digital business model created by Misha Wilson. It is his education, his courses, his training, and he's packaged his into a brand. And this particular product or offer, you don't have to create. You are reselling this. That's what you're reselling. You're learning the skills and the strategies of how to market this exact system and the digital products within the system.
If you guys want to know what I did when I was working, when I didn't have much time, I can tell you. Because once I, didn't have much time because I was full-time, what I did was when I came home at night, I was exhausted, and you know that.
You're very exhausted.
And
double hours all the time, coming home late.
Yeah. And what did I do? I would do the emails after the inner circle call on a Monday.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning we were doing the inner circle calls too, right?
Yes.
So I would do the emails the night before, and I would schedule them out. So when I'm at work, it's doing the work for me, right? That's the first thing I always focused on was the emails, guys.
Right.
And then of course driving the traffic while I'm at work, it's happening automatically.
Right.
And then on top of that, right after the traffic was driven, right, it was a rinse and repeat cycle, but the learning never stopped. I always gave myself time to learn.
Right.
Right. So go ahead.
So what I'm trying to explain to you and convey is the fact of the matter is you don't have to create anything, not here. This is what you're learning to do. This is why it's a requirement to graduate the Profit Boosting Bootcamp so that you learn how to market this system. See, the problem is a lot of you guys overcomplicate the things because you're brand new to affiliate marketing, or you've never done this before. Or maybe in the past you have failed. You failed terribly. You bought courses because you wanted to learn how to make money online. Then finally you find something that is it, but then you confuse it with everything else that is in the past that you think it is. You can't compare this to that. It's not the same thing. And as you are aware, our community is not the same as everything else. So you have the support, you have the product, you just need to learn how to market it. That's what you're here for. And this is why graduating is a requirement. This is why having the coaches on board to help you and guide you through the boot camp to help answer your questions is a requirement.
Yep.
And then when you upgrade, okay, we talk about pro. I see somebody here talking about they're thinking about going pro. Good for you. Good mindset. You want to be positioned as quickly as possible so you can be positioned to earn a higher commission.
That's a good point, because that's the first thing we did do was get positioned.
Right.
Even before we were running the traffic and stuff like that.
Now, I'd rather, if you want to compare apples to oranges, I'd rather be selling this where it leads from low ticket to high ticket, meaning that you make, you know, a little bit of commission here when you start out at basic and you work your way up the totem pole to make more money because you're more positioned, versus selling an affiliate on Amazon and Best Buy, which you could join for free. And then you just basically hope and pray that you actually are going to make some money. You see what I'm saying? You're actually learning how to be a marketer here. And if you're the guy or gal that's trying to come up with your own coaching product or your own digital service, got news for you. You can't create your own stuff yet until you learn how to sell someone else's and master it.
Yeah, because it is a strategy.
You have to learn the skills. You can't create something yourself and sell anything or any product or service until you learn to master sell someone else's. If we wanted to create our own product, we could, because we actually graduated. We learned exactly the skills to create things. When you work here, this is your business, whether you have one or you don't. If you have a multiple business opportunities and this is like your second show, great, good for you. You're just creating an additional stream of income. But for those of you that I'm talking to that's brand new and beginners in affiliate marketing, this is a great foundation for you to get your start.
Oh, absolutely.
Great foundation, right, Rich?
Well, it's because we have everything done for you.
Right.
And in other words, like somebody can come in here brand new. They can literally go to my link section. They can grab a link, create a tracking link around that.
Yes.
And they can literally drive traffic and it goes into the system. And guess what? It gets follow-up. This follow-up is done for you.
Right.
And, you know, the leads are right there sitting when you're ready to do your own marketing. Marketing means following up. Okay. And then, you know, they're on your list now, your leads, right? So it's a very powerful system that we have here. Very state of the art. And there's always new updates, new changes coming.
Yes.
And that are always going to evolve and make things better as well. Because things are always being tested and things like that.
Right. And speaking of which, I want to add on to that. This Thursday, have you guys registered for the masterclass? There is a masterclass, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Misha put the notice out inside the group to let everybody know that there's a free masterclass going on this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And he wants everybody here at the Super Affiliate Network there. And you guys should be inviting people. You should get people there, okay? And if you want to invite people, make sure that you actually creating your tracking link inside Link Generator to get them there. Why not? Why are you not doing that, right? Somebody asked me today, it's like, hey, Ace, are you marketing the masterclass? Of course I am. You know, because that's the same masterclass that we actually use here. That's a part of the system. Remember the Done For You webinar? Hello, that's what it is, right?
Yep.
So you don't have to do the webinar. You don't have to speak on it. All you got to do is just invite people to the affiliate link. Actually get them to the webinar.
Yeah. Let me. So Santos, does that help? Because I know you're working long hours and full-time job. You know, that's what I did. I used the system while I was learning one thing at a time.
Yes.
And just leverage that. Use it, leverage it, and start going through
do what he did the time that he was done with work. He came home, took care of family, did what he had to do, set a blocked out a good 2 to 3 hours that he had before he went to bed to take care of business producing activities. Business producing activities included email, make sure it's all scheduled out. It's all taken care of, right? Any follow-ups that you have to do with your buyers, you do that, okay? And then if you want to reach out and communicate with anybody, do that too. The point is, do what you can control because you have a full-time job. Don't feel bad. Feel good. You have a job. Great. More money for your traffic. right? You know, you're leveraging your job and using it to fund your dream. There will be a time where each and every one of you will graduate to a point where you actually can fire your boss. But in the meantime, if you have a job, use that job to fund your dream.
Exactly.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, Rich.
So Felicity Long says, work on small things to get something accomplished, then pick the fast task for an hour, then tackle the big task. No, that's good advice. Yeah, you can work on the small things, but just work on one thing specifically. So let's say you struggle with writing emails. Don't do anything else. Write emails. Write emails. If you try to write emails, try to figure out how to do this, try to figure out how to do that, then you're going to get overwhelmed and confused. Like, here's what I would do.
Yes.
And this is what I did. I would just let the system do the work while I'm practicing my emails, right? And then as I'm driving traffic to the system, I would take some of the leads out and I would start practicing with some of the leads. And
here's an answer to somebody asked the question that says, I'm having trouble staying motivated. Okay. This is not really, it may be a problem to you. To me, I don't find it a problem because I'm self-motivated. And the reason why I found my self-motivation is because I have a stronger why. If you have a reason why you're here, let that be the fuel to your motivation.
If it's money, you'll fail.
Let it light up your pilot light. You know how you have a lamp? It has a pilot light. What's lighting your pilot light?
Yeah.
You need to turn that internal pilot light on. And the way to do this is to literally block out some time for yourself to do mindset and personal development. Because if you're not reading the books, if you're not listening to the audios, if you're not watching the free stuff that is provided on the internet now, from YouTube to Netflix, there's stuff everywhere. Don't get to the point where you're feeling like you need to be a cheerleader here. There are no cheerleaders in SAND. There are none. There are participators, not spectators. There are people that actually do market and people that just keep watching and procrastinating because they're waiting for that motivation like a chocolate. No, there are no cheerleaders here. You need to be a participator. So the way to turn on your internal pilot light is to dig deep within yourself and say, why am I getting up in the morning to go on a computer to build an internet marketing business? What's in it for me? What's in it for my family? Is this the reason why I'm doing it, or am I chasing the money?
That's what I want to talk about. Like if you're in this just for the money, you won't last. You just won't last.
If you're chasing the dollar,
there has to be a bigger reason why.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm being real.
Santos says, "What the bleep? What do you know?" Was freaking awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. See, Santos was on that live we did about what the bleep do we know.
Really good stuff.
You have to understand, every one of you have an internal pilot light. You're here for a reason. It is not a job. We're past that, guys. You're not employees of the Super Affiliate Network. Ms. Misha Wilson does not send you a W-2. He sends you a 1099 as long as you earn it. Oh, did you get that? You are in business. Therefore, you must be responsible. You must get paid for what you are producing. We're not used to that here in this industry, where you're used to getting paid for producing.
Most people, come from a job that you're not producing. You're producing for someone else, but whether you produce or not, you still get a paycheck. When you produce, you get paid here. If you don't produce, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. You have to put in the work.
And here's the thing. It doesn't matter what you're selling to make the money. It doesn't matter. Sales always the same. If I actually paid you $1,000 to shovel manure from one side of the street to the other, you do it. Wouldn't you? If I told you to take shit from one side of the damn street, horse shit, and I say, go shovel that on the other side, I'll pay $1,000 to do it. You do that shit real fast, wouldn't you? I learned that actually when I was 17 years old. Somebody shared that story with me and said that the sale is the same, because it doesn't matter what you're selling. You still got to put in the work. The reason why they're super affiliates here is because they earned their keep. They earned what they're paid for. The new guys that are here, you guys that are brand new, you're just finding this out. You're just learning. And it takes time to learn. And you need to understand the psychology of sales here. It's all going to come down to you. It's not the system. It's not Misha. It's not your sponsor. It has nothing to do with it. It's you. You're the catalyst. You're the one that's going to be responsible for all sales productions and profits. And if you do nothing, you get paid nothing. Simple as that. End of discussion.
Minnie says, like an independent contractor. Absolutely.
It's precisely. You are an independent contractor. You earn a 1099. You're responsible for your own taxes. That's it. Done. End of story. You have to treat this like a business. And if you decide in the future you want to add something to this, or this is your second rodeo, then treat it like a business, because all profits go to household ABC, your house. You're the business owner. Stop treating this like a job, or saying that it is, because it's not. You got to start looking at yourselves and turning your internal pilot lights on. You guys are operating on the whim. Don't do that. Everything's being handed to you. Everything here is being taught to you, what to do with the system, where to find the traffic, how to market, how to talk to people. Like literally, that's how you do it. We give you this information on Inner Circle. Misha's going to share a lot of this on Masterclass on Thursday. Okay. Pay attention to how he's doing it. Really pay attention to how he's doing it.
Yeah.
And you will see how you'll be able to start marketing your business. All right. So I hope that helps you.
Cool. All right. So let's see what else we got.
A lot of people are loving this. Look at this.
Just I'm gonna take one more, and then we're gonna start on the content.
Okay. I thought this was the content.
No. We're doing
they
something
just jump right in. It's a little different.
We're doing something a little different.
A little different, yeah.
Let's see here. You need Take that one right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Who's it from?
I think it's
Victoria
Martin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I looked at who my sponsor was. No clue literally who that is. Laughed my ass off and have never talked to them. I talked to the community, to my coach, Watch My Life from the World Around Me, cause the inspiration is in my core and all around me. It's not a question. It's just basically she's just saying that what she did. She's leveraging, support off the community because she doesn't know who her sponsor is.
And that's the right thing.
And that is exactly what you should be doing.
Yep, that's what I said in the beginning.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got to leverage definitely community. All right, so I'm going to go into the content now, guys. Okay.
Let's dive into the content. Okay, guys, cool.
So what I like to do is when we do these calls, I like to inspire people, and really just give them a little kick in the butt, and really just give them more belief inside themselves, because that's the thing. I think most people just don't really have the belief, and they don't, they tell themselves they believe, but do they really believe, right? Because if they really believe, they would be doing a lot more for their business. The only reason why people don't do stuff for their business is because they don't really believe. Or they'll start doing something for a while, and it works okay for a little while, then it doesn't work, and then it's like, well, this doesn't work. Why am I continuing to waste my time?
Right.
The reality is, it works if you work. It works if you work. So the topic tonight, of course, is what we're talking about, is what's holding you back. This is why we had you, participate in the beginning to just start brain dumping. All right. Now your brain is clear to accept the information I'm going to share with you.
Yeah.
Okay. So here it is, guys. Okay. And I like to go into different, steps here. So you guys can write this down if you want, or just watch the replay and things like that. But everyone here, whether you know it or not, is a genius. Did you know that? Everyone here, whether you know it or not, is a genius. I learned this through, Abraham Hicks. I don't know if you guys saw the movie The Secret, but she actually told me I was a genius. There's a thing that's called the hot seat. Kind of ironic, it's called the hot seat, right?
Yeah, right.
So I got the idea from you. Yes, thank you, Abraham. I got the idea from you. I was actually at an event in Stamford, Connecticut, and she, called me up for the hot seat. Could you raise your hand? And she said, you can feel it, what's going to happen. Trust me, I felt it. And I was like, yep, I'm going up there. I know it. So I was in front of the whole crowd, and I was in the hot seat, and I was talking to her, and she responded back to me, and, in her meditative state, whatever she does. And one of the things that she told me, that I was a genius. And you know, when I heard that, I truly believe that now. But not just me, but everyone here on this call, everyone here in Facebook, everyone here, you know, right here in Zoom, you guys, and whoever's watching the replay, you guys are all geniuses, you know, and you guys don't even realize it. The ability to change your concepts at any moment's notice, the ability to make a decision and say, I got to learn the old way of thinking and I got to start learning a new way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
I have to change my whole perception of what I thought life was really all about. You know what I mean? That's the challenge. But you have the genius in you to change that. So whether you know it or not, guys, every single person who's watching this live is a genius. All right? Take that with you tonight. Now, here's the thing that most people struggle with, because they feel people are not going to like them. And people feel like, oh, well, you know, I'm not going to be liked because of whatever happened in the past or circumstances, psychological bullshit, things like that, right? Yes. It's like they're afraid of being themselves. Yeah. So what they do is they try to be like someone else because they see someone have success. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with modeling. Modeling is different from copying, right? So modeling is different. You model after someone's success by, you know, kind of figuring out how they're doing things and then do it yourself in your own way, okay? Now, you have to learn to be yourself more and don't be afraid to be who you are, because who you are is more powerful than you think.
And I'm glad you brought that point, because somebody in the community today I was monitoring said, I'm thinking about doing videos for video marketing, but I have a beard and I should, I was listening. And, you know, should I shave it off and do my videos, or should I keep it on? And I heard Renee Rush says, just be yourself. Why would you want to shave it? You know, like,
you know, just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
You know, here's the thing about being yourself.
Yeah.
Now, you might go out there and you might do it with a beard for a while. Later on, you might say, you know what? I'm going to try something different. But you're doing it because it's yourself.
Yes.
You're not doing it for anybody else.
Right on.
So when you do something, you do it for yourself.
Yes.
That, you know, people change along the way. Guys, if you watch my old videos from back in the day, I shared it on the old Inner Circle, and it was not too long ago actually. And you could see my old video that I shared, and I had big rings in my ears like this. I used to have a septum ring as well, right? Yeah. And I changed. I don't even have that stuff no more, right?
No.
But in the beginning, I still had it. I didn't care. It's who I am, right? I still made sales, so it didn't matter.
Oh.
So, and I tell this to you, just stop trying to be like, you know, everybody else and just be yourself. Who cares what people think, man?
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Now, if you feel the need to change, you change because your heart is telling you to change. Remember that.
That's like saying, like, you know, somebody's bald, but they feel insecure about their baldness, so they're gonna start wearing wigs and toupees and shit. So it's like, just be yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little humor there.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. And here's the way that I felt for many years ago, and I can share with you that, oh man, I still feel that way. But it's up to me. It's up to me to acknowledge it. It's up to me to accept it, right? And to be aware of it.
Yeah.
Did you know the world, as you see the world around you, the world is your oyster. It is at your fingertips right now. Like, because never in history we have the chance to really live in a planet that's more smaller than it ever has been in the past.
Right on.
You know, for me to get any education I want, like for instance, I study a yogi from India right from my computer, and I get to see his lives. I have a chance if I want to fly out to India and have a retreat, right? Like, could you imagine, right? Could you imagine? When I think about that, I said, wow, I mean, the world is my oyster. I could do anything I want, right? That is, oh my God, like in today's world, it's so true. You know what I mean? Like, I believe it more than ever. I mean, I've always believed it, but now it's like, it's more solidified, okay? And you guys, you have to, you know, tell yourself this every day. You know, it's a good affirmation. The world is my oyster. I can have or be or do anything I want in my life. Say that every day when you wake up. And you start to see circumstances around you start to change. Your day will be a little different. You'll start driving on the way home a little different. Yeah. Things will just start to transform. It's really weird when you realize this, you know, because you got to go and get in life what you truly deserve. Because the question is, you have to ask yourself, do I truly deserve this? Internally, ask yourself, do I truly deserve this? And my answer to you is, if you don't know how to answer that, is yes, you do. For once, you deserve to have more. You deserve to have more in your life than you ever thought was possible. So go out there and get it, because you deserve it. All right.
And they're getting it. This is the first step for them to be here, part of Super Philly Network. They're going to get theirs.
Inner Circle is the first step, baby. And here's the thing, guys, and I'm just going to keep it real. No one wants to be poor. Does anybody want to be poor here? I mean, come on. Let's go in the chat. I'll be surprised if I hear one person go, I don't want to be poor. Of course not. Nobody wants to be poor. You know, here's how you change your circumstances. Okay? This is how you change your circumstances. Get sick and tired of your circumstances.
Oh, Lord, yeah.
You know, that's what, you know, for us, we got so sick and tired. And,
yeah.
and you know,
I got a reply today from one of my subscribers saying that they reviewed Misha Wilson's email that I sent out, and it was the registration for the masterclass for this Thursday. And would you believe they fucking replied that they didn't have $1? That's why they didn't register.
And so what I told her to say was what?
Yeah. You said, well, how long are you going to keep going? How long are you going to keep letting that, you know, stop you? Like, what are you doing about that right now?
Yeah.
How are you taking action to, you know, to resolve that situation? Aren't you tired of like saying that, you know, not being without $1? Are you serious?
See, everybody doesn't want to be poor, but they're not willing to do anything about it.
Exactly. Like Kevin Hart said, everybody want to be rich, but nobody wants to do the work.
Exactly. So, in order, when you're feeling down, sometimes, guys, just get a little bit upset and you look around at your circumstances. I'm sick and tired of my circumstances. I want to change it. And the way to change it is to get sick and tired of just being sick and tired.
Get hungry.
Get hungry.
Get hungry.
You know?
Get hungry. Just like an animal is when it's out there and it's starving. If a lion is starving, the lion is going to find something to eat. Even if it means eating food off the menu that he normally doesn't eat.
Exactly.
He's hungry. He's going to survive.
And here's the thing. Sometimes, guys, what we have to do is we have to be weird and we have to be different. And what that means is whenever we step outside that box, let me just talk about The Matrix for a second. You guys saw the movie The Matrix?
I love that movie.
How you were unplugged? That's a metaphor.
Yes.
Being here, you guys are being unplugged from the outside world, right? What I mean by the outside world is the old paradigm, the old way of thinking, the old way of people, the way they used to think. How the majority of the people, which is the 98%, so to speak, are thinking the old way because that's all they know. But not you guys. You guys are being unplugged.
Yes.
Because you guys are really seeing the reality of what's possible in your lives.
I love when we go out and we actually do like coffee runs, and then we just like look at people, and then Rich and I are like, we're in the Camaro and we're looking at people like, they need to get unplugged.
Oh, we can tell. Yeah, we can tell.
We can tell how their demeanor is, how they act. You're like, you need to get unplugged. So
here's the thing. So what I mean by being weird, okay? I want you guys to be weird and not ordinary. And that means that goes along with being with yourself. Now think about this for a second. If you're yourself, people are going to think like you're weird. Yeah. Because most people are afraid to be themselves.
We're the weirdos.
Right? So just be the weirdo. It's okay to be weird. Did you know the new weird is the new normal?
Yeah.
Right? Or if you believe that. So just be weird, be crazy, be yourself, get out there. Like this goes to the person who wants to do videos like what you talked about.
Yeah.
Go out there and video, be like, hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? What's happening? Be yourself.
I be rocking that fucking
be crazy.
Be like, yo, take a look at this. you know, like you don't have long, but you know, you just
No, sometimes they get a little longer, but not much.
The point is enjoy and love and appreciate what you have, because you know, I see people that are sheiks and they do videos, and you would think, wow, really, these sheiks actually do, you know, they're sheiks, they actually do videos with long beards, you know, because that's their belief, that's what they like, but they're happy and they're enjoying it and they're actually conveying the information. I don't care what you look like on the outside, I care about what message you're going to say to me.
And just to let you know, it's changing so much, guys, that these yoga gurus, I'm talking about the Indian gurus from India.
Yeah.
They're doing internet marketing now. Now, if they can do it, you can do it.
Like you always say, Rich, the world is at your fingertips. That's right.
Where is your oyster?
That's right.
So now I'm seeing like the yogis do it. Like I just got an app from the one I'm a part of, and I can get an app on my phone now and connect, so I don't have to go on my computer. So if I'm traveling, I can go and just keep up with my meditation practices.
Yeah.
pretty freaking cool, you know? So now here's a big one, guys. And I want you guys, if anything, write this one down, because this is a biggie. All right. You know, we talk about mindset, we talk about marketing, we talk about taking action, but there's an order that you should be doing this. Okay. And I'm going to spill the beans right now. Make sure that you put your mindset before your marketing education and then take action. Put your mindset before your marketing education and then take action. If you don't do it like that, what's going to happen is when you take when you go through the education and you try taking action on that education, your mindset's not going to be in the right place. So when things are kind of jacked up and not working in your favor, you're going to say negative things to yourself, or negative things about the process, or negative things about internet marketing in a whole, right? So just don't do that. Start with the mindset first, learn the education, then take the action. And then you guys will be in flow. Okay. I like to look at it as like when you're going downstream, you're just like cruising downstream with, with the current, and then it'll be a lot more smoother for you. But if you do it just by not having the mindset first and just taking, the marketing education and then trying to take action on that, you're going to be going upstream and hitting up the currents the wrong way. So don't do that. Okay. Now, here's one thing that is really important. Everyone is, like I said in the beginning, everyone has that power, right? Everyone is literally a genius, okay? I want you guys to really be your own legacy. Like, I see you guys as the future of this company. I see you guys as you're it's like when you're born into the world, you guys are born right now. You're like being reborn. And what you're learning is a whole different life, a whole different lifestyle, a whole different everything, right? So I want you guys to be your own legacy, because your name is going to be your brand. And the magical thing about that, guys, is no one is like you.
That's right. Yes.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
So when I look at competition, I'm like, competition. Guys, if you do this right, and like what I'm telling you, nobody can compete against you, because there's no other you.
Exactly.
Right? There's no other you. So be your own legacy. Your name is your brand. Like Misha Wilson, that name is Misha Wilson's brand. Ace and Rich, that's our brand. Freedom by Design, Ace and Rich, right? When people hear Ace and Rich, they think of Freedom by Design, right? That's our brand. That's our legacy, right?
Yes.
Be your own legacy. It's the most powerful thing that you can have, all right? And understand, guys, this is 2018. We have the ability to put ourselves out there and be the ones that, don't have to rely on society anymore. Isn't that great? We don't have to rely on society to tell us what we think is true or false. Isn't that powerful? Society used to have such a grip on us, right? Like our news, our media, all this crap, all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? Schools, teacher, friends, even family, right? Society does not have a hold of us anymore. That is so powerful. This is 2018, guys. Think about that, what I'm saying. You have the ability now to put yourself out there and not rely on society anymore. You create your own society. You create your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own actions, your own beliefs.
That's right.
That's the era that we live in today. Okay? Very powerful. You don't have to rely on people telling you, oh, this is a scam. Why are you doing this? Isn't that like, it's just, that line is just getting so old. It's so bad that you see it all over the internet. Oh, Super Affiliate Network, scam or not? It becomes so obvious. Like it's just, it's bullshit.
Such bullshit.
I don't want to be associated with anything that says scam.
Yes.
It's just total BS.
Yes.
Because what we're doing is, aren't we getting away from that from like our friends, our family, and now we got to go online and see that shit, right? Yeah. It's bullshit.
Right.
So understand that, that they talk about like, oh, it's a scam or it's a pipe dream. Money doesn't grow on trees. Why are you trying that stuff out for? We have the ability not to deal with society anymore. Now we're creating our own society. That's powerful.
And you got more choices now too.
Now I'm gonna leave you with this last one, guys, because it's something to do with two more things. The first thing is, and we talked about this earlier, and I'm glad somebody really mentioned this, is that they actually go to the community and get help and things like that,
Ask
right?
questions, yeah.
And I want you guys to start getting support from the community and stop trying to figure things out yourself. Stop trying to do this on your own.
Right.
We have a great big community. Everybody's willing to lend a hand and help out.
I have something to add to that because I monitor the community along with Starzy and Dan Muscat. And I noticed that a lot of you have a tendency to ask technical questions regarding computers because you're not tech savvy. You ask questions regarding like how-tos. Guys, you guys are adults. You need to start going on Google and start Googling this shit and looking at it and finding it on YouTube. The only thing that the community can help you with is your marketing and your advertising. If you have a problem with figuring out how to get your email a certain way, or figuring out how to, do a certain solo ad, something relevant to the Super Affiliate Network that we're experiencing. Thank you for the hearts and the likes. Yeah, I'm glad I'm touching base on this because no one's said anything about it.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about it. And the thing is, you have to understand, you've got to be the adult. You've got to find and figure stuff out like that. You can go on YouTube. There's plenty of tutorials on how to fix stuff. People use Canva all the time. People use YouTube, how to upload a video, Facebook. It's all there. Even I've done tutorials on stuff like that.
Amazing opportunity.
The thing is, when it comes to Super Affiliate Network marketing, you got to understand there are two different fences here. The grass is greener here. Learn how to water your own grass. Okay? You need to understand that the marketing side of things at the basic and annual level are very limited. The moment you decide to upgrade to Pro, Maui, and All In is when you're going to get real help. It's when you're going to get real help like today, like actual live assistance, coaching, stuff being put together for you that you couldn't do yourself because it's all technical. They'll do it for you.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of upgrading to Pro, is to access this information and this assistance and support. But when you're sitting around at basic for a while and you're going to try to build a six-figure business at basic and you're relying on the community to help you with technical support, you're slowing yourself down.
Exactly.
You're slowing yourself down. So make sure you understand the technical stuff. You can find out and figure it out on your own. You're all adults. You can go on YouTube and Google it. Google owns YouTube. You can find it. But when it comes to marketing and advertising and understanding how the Super Affiliate Network works, you got your Profit Boosting Bootcamp you can rely on. You got the Solo Ad Success Formula you can rely on. You got the Traffic Bootcamp that's back there that's new. Okay. And
you
there's
got
some more
Facebook
stuff.
Marketing, PPV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those other trainings that are there.
So more to come soon.
And I'm sure there's more things that are coming, but down the pipeline, you got to understand, use what you have at your fingertips. Okay.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about that.
Yeah.
Community
Absolutely.
can support you. Just ask the right questions.
So, okay, guys. So now the last thing I'm going to talk about is that this is something that I did, and I can share with you this story. When I was working at Best Buy and I was building the business in the beginning and I was still struggling, what I did was I made my vehicle a moving university. And one of the things I was listening to was Jim Rohn. And I kept hearing Jim Rohn like on the way to work, on the way back home from work, on the way to work, on the way back home from work. And it just sunk in when he said, work harder on yourself than you do at a job. Now, when he talked about this, I started not only working harder on my business, like working harder on myself to be better at business, I started working harder at my job, like in my job too. Like I became better at my job to the point that I was getting gifts from customers. People were like, wow, Rich, you're getting cookies, you're getting, Y2K beers in a box, and,
gift cards.
You're getting hooked up, and, and I was always getting more gifts than anybody else because I learned to really build myself up as far as my mindset, to give back and to be better than I was the last time I was there. Does that make sense? So that one thing that really stuck out from Jim Rohn when he said, work hard on yourself and you do more at a job.
Right.
Because guys, in my eyes, the harder you work on yourself, the more results you are going to see. And this never stops.
Yes. And
so you keep working harder on yourself, results are going to, you're going to start seeing more results. But if you just work, a little hard on yourself and you just take a break and no, you got to keep working hard on yourself consistently. Okay. And this just, when I say this never stops, even still to this day, I'm working harder on myself. I know what mistakes I've made. I know what great things I've done. And I'm always working harder on even the great things I've done. I'm working on harder being better on the great things I've done. I'm working harder on the mistakes that I have done. Does that make sense? Always keep working harder on you. Work 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 harder on you. I repeat that so it really sinks in. Because that's never going to stop. Never, ever, 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 ever going to stop. This is a lifelong journey. Okay? So Jim Rohn said it best. Always work hard on yourself more than anything else. That's when you'll start making money.
Okay, and I also want to throw in a bonus. Okay?
Sure, because we're at that time now.
Yeah, I want to throw in a bonus. One of the things that is not added to this that should be on the back of your minds every time is whenever you run into a situation that's holding you back and you're always focused on your current circumstance and you're worrying about the money. You're worrying about spending too much. I saw somebody here post, I'm spending too much money. You need to learn that in this industry, it's not about how much money that you're striving for, it's how many people you're going to serve. So you should be thinking in the back of your mind is, who can I serve today? How many people can I serve today? That's the question you should be asking yourselves. Because in this business industry known as affiliate marketing, it's all about service. It's all about who can I serve? How many people can I serve? Ask yourself before you go to bed today, who did I serve today? Did I give them value? Did I provide enough value on my marketing? Did I provide enough value with my Facebook post today? Did I provide enough value in my email with my list today?
Yeah.
When you actually have the answers to that, you did your job for the day. Even if you didn't get a sale. The point is, you were focusing on the results. And focusing on the results will lead to the money. The money will follow. So that's why I wanted to leave with you guys. Okay? Is who can you serve and how many people you're serving. All right.
Yeah, definitely. And that's what we do. We do that day in and day out. We create videos, and every video that we do, it's all about serving, educating, and just giving that inspiration another day, inspiration another day, inspiration another day. So that way we can touch and connect with someone who may be struggling that day, or maybe someone that doesn't like their job, right? Or wants something better out of life.
Yes.
And it's just, if you, like you said, if you concentrate more on serving, then that's focusing on the result. Okay. Awesome. Cool.
So don't let anything hold you back.
With that being said, guys, this Inner Circle is a wrap. My name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Anastasia Hollers, better known as Coach Ace.
And you guys have a great evening. Go out there and kill it. And focus on you more than anything else, and everything else will follow.
Don't forget to register for this Thursday's master class. It's a free master class. Okay, we'll see you guys there. We're registered already, so I hope you guys registered. And if you need those details, I believe Misha had already emailed you guys, or you could look inside the community for the SAN Insider group. And, guys, definitely crush it. Take these inner circles really seriously. You guys should be plugging your team members in every time you get a $1 trial and somebody's like, how do I get started? That's not the question. Did you go to an inner circle yet?
Yeah.
And make sure you get your butt there so that way you can get this together, okay, before we start marketing here. All right. So thanks so much, guys. Thank you for your questions earlier and participation. We like participators, not spectators. All right.
Yep. Get in the game. Don't stay in the bleachers.
All right. We'll see you guys.
All right,
Bye.
guys. Take care.
That's
Have a great evening. Bye-bye. Welcome back, guys. I want to thank you so much for stopping by this video today. Little sneak peek inside what we do when we coach and mentor these affiliates inside the Super Affiliate Network. I want to make sure that you leave a comment below and let me know what's holding you back in your business, in your life, and that way I can reply and see what I can do to help you, okay? Be sure to also click on the notification bell and give us a thumbs up and let us know exactly that you're enjoying this content, and we'll see you on a new video very soon. Bye now.